Welcome back to another episode of Gertie's Group Chat, where it's
getting
serious.
We're here, back again, guys. Everybody looks really cute in their pink.
Get
I
into
like
the
how everybody,
pink.
freestyled it up. It's not giving Pepto-Bismol. It's definitely giving fashion.
It definitely is.
Yeah, it's giving fashion.
It is. How are you guys?
I'm good.
That's good.
I'm loving my new color.
I know.
I love this new color. Like, I feel like, yeah.
Like,
I'm
it
that
girl.
bitch. I'm that bitch. I feel like I'm that bitch with this color.
It's actually really, really cute.
Let me tell you something. One thing I love most about Candy is how she's not afraid of anything with her style. I mean, like jewelry.
Or maybe I just know how to hide it.
Oh, okay.
I was a little
Take the compliment.
Okay.
But I mean, overall, I always admire Candy's how feminine she is, and she's not afraid to just go outside the box.
Yeah.
She's gonna wear whatever, and it even more exciting with her size to see. Like, I'd be excited. Y'all already know if you have a friend and she don't be complimenting you like,
oh my God,
like she's your dude, that's not your friend.
No, that is like.
I literally send Candy pictures with like a remote or a water bottle in my pants. Like, I'm bricked up. Like, that's how excited I get when I see my friends. Everybody get dressed
I feel like
up.
that too. I love seeing my friends dressed up. I feel like you guys are, for the most part, beautiful. Y'all don't have to
For
do
the most
much.
part.
For the most part, beautiful. Y'all don't have to do much to be that bitch.
She
like,
cleaned that up nice.
No, I mean, like, you don't have to, like, y'all don't have to wear no girdle to look good. I feel like y'all look good, and I just said it. I don't even know why you even wore it. I said that. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I appreciate the fact that you even said when you gave her a compliment and she was like, and she said something and you were like, take the compliment. I feel like a lot of us don't know how to take compliments.
I struggle with that.
So that's really
I don't
good.
know how to take compliments.
Yeah, that's a good reminder
especially
to let
for
us
men.
know.
How about you lying? You done said this before to the next bitch anyway. I don't care.
Yeah, I actually stopped that though. Like now, when they say, "Oh, you look pretty," I be like, "Yeah, I know. Thank you. What's next?"
Oh,
T.
Wow.
if I was that nigga, take my compliment back.
Take him out like that.
No, but that's the main thing. Like, it took some time for me. Y'all already know I just found my beauty again.
Yeah.
So I be like excited to get dressed up and go places, and my confidence is shining through. So it's like,
good.
I really don't have to do too much. Because, I see Candy, she always dress up with accessories.
Yes.
And I'm not the most shapy, and I'm not, all of those
You are
extra.
them thick thighs.
Right. The
But
thighs
no,
and titties.
I'm trying to find, for a couple years, I had to find my area and where my clothes was.
Right.
Trying to dress for myself. And, it took some time.
What else you got?
There. Candy is famous for what else you got?
This what I got. What else you got? I mean, that's the nicest way to tell somebody,
You look a hot fucking mess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
As you guys can see, we have really good chemistry. But let's get into our topic for today. Candy.
All right, so our
Drum
topic
roll.
for today. Ain't no drum roll for that.
Yes, it
It's,
is.
well, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Our topic for today is about mom guilt, dad guilt, auntie guilt, uncle guilt, whatever it may be, when it comes to, spending time with your children, your little ones, your nieces, your nephews, your daughter, your kids, whatever it may be. I feel like a lot of times it's so easy to skip on the time to spend with your child or children because we're in the mindset of trying to pay these bills, and I get it.
Yeah.
Because I'm that mama
Yeah.
that works 2 jobs and try to find that time in between to spend time with my daughter. It is a little guilty when she comes and say, "Mommy, you don't spend time with me." Now I'm like, ah. Not on purpose, but like I'm just trying to keep a roof over her head. And she don't understand. She's only 6 years old. So of course she's not gonna get it. But I feel like now I am trying to find times, even if it's like a little date to get ice cream or something. I shouldn't mind, I'm tired. But I do try to put life into myself and do things with my daughter. But I feel like it's normal. It's going to happen. You can't run from it because kids just feel like they're supposed to be stuck to you on a hit.
Yeah.
Especially when they're in that age. When they get to teenage, they don't give a fuck about you no more. But Priscilla, they at that age where they want to be up underneath you at all times, sleep next to you, and it's just like sometimes it's like overwhelming too. But I guess we got to take it. how it
Take
comes.
it as you can.
Yeah.
It definitely is a lot. Me having 2 kids, I have 2 boys. So with Candy, I understand it's stressful with one, but just imagine dividing between 2 people who need you for different things. When I say it's the most exhausting, because it's like, I love you, JJ. Well, you don't love me. I love you, Izzy, but I thought you loved me. It's like,
hell no.
It's like you can't pick and choose. And y'all know it got to a point where I used to buy the kids the same things. If you buy for one, you got to buy for the other person.
You don't do that no more?
I don't do that anymore. And I know for other people, it seemed like, let him have his moment. Let him have his shine. But it's like, y'all not living with me. Y'all don't know the conversations that I have. Y'all don't know how it makes my child feel when the attention is on one. And the biggest issue that I have is not necessarily an issue, but they're practically twins because they were almost Irish twins. So in their mind, they're twins. They feel as though they should share they do share everything. I literally used to dress them alike. We went everywhere together. I rarely ever spend time with one individually unless one is sick and one gets to go to school. That's the only time I get, like, they're separated.
Right.
So it really was like a struggle trying to please each kid because they both want you for the same reasons, but in different ways. So it really can be exhausting trying to spread yourself and then being a mom, a daughter, a sister, or aunt, trying to fulfill everybody, but the main people that you're doing it for is your children.
So how do you raise them for them to know that it's okay for one person to have this and they don't have that, just so jealousy doesn't arise as they get older, right? And I don't think that may be the case for you, but it's just like, I would think that, kids can start to grow like jealousy and enviness between each other because they feel like, so how are you able to properly, you know what I mean?
Green screen.
He gotta do the thinking. Well, because my boys are now 4 and 5, and it makes me even nervous to like, dang, 4 and 5. Candy know what it was like having them kids back to back. It wasn't until once I started really paying attention, like they started showing that they have their own personality, their own identity. They wasn't liking the same things anymore just because the other person liked it. It started becoming like, oh, I want Paw Patrol. No, I want Bluey. No, I want. So it's like, okay, I see that there's a difference between them now. Let me start catering to them
Right.
at that point. And then we're very big on emotions. I speak to my kids on emotional intelligence, on them being able to express themselves so that jealousy does not come about. Because kids also add to your guilt. You have mom guilt, but your child will like, you do for him and you don't do for me. You do this, and you do. It's like, it makes you be like, dang, am I really that horrible? But really, in your child's eyes, it's always going to be even more emphasized because they don't know any better. So I just sit and talk to them about their emotions, how to feel, and allowing for the next person to have their moment. Izzy's birthday was in March, and that was a really difficult time for JJ. And we learned that was a new emotion, jealousy. And so he didn't understand what it meant. But just last week, he was like, I felt a bit jealous when you went to go play with Izzy in his classroom instead of staying with me. And then any parent would be like, oh, man, Jemu friend, yeah. I said, I appreciate you sharing that emotion with me. I don't want you to feel as though I don't want to play with you. I just want to be able to share my time with him. I always tell him, I'm only one person. I'm only one person. So that helps, breaking down emotions.
Well, as everybody know, I'm not a mother. However, I do
Auntie
have
guilt.
So, and I appreciate you for even like acknowledging the fact that there may be auntie guilt. So I do feel like I've experienced auntie guilt, and even just a big sister guilt as well. Just because my niece, I think she's maybe like 11, and then my little sister is probably like 13. So sometimes I like to do things with them, but my niece is kind of like, sometimes I feel like she's more attached to me than she is to her mom. And I don't think it's any resentment. I think it's just more so like we
You
basically
cater to
raised
certain
to her.
needs.
Like, so just her going to school and, you know, like just doing the normal care like mothers would do. I did that a lot for her specifically. So I think she just got so attached to me that she would spend more time with me than she would with her mom. Once again, not any resentment. And I noticed that I would get so much into my life that I wouldn't really be there when she needed me or wanted me. Mm-hmm. And I did have that where it was just like, oh my gosh, like, praise, get over it, like, type situation. But I did catch myself because I don't like when people dismiss how I feel. And knowing that she's at such a vulnerable stage where she's going to be going to high school soon, it's like, okay, this is the time that I can actually see if I can not groom her, but like give her some sort of feedback, you know, as she kind of grows. But the big sister one comes in where it's like my sister is in high school and we know a lot of things happen in high school. So it's like I'm trying to give her the space where she knows she can talk to me when she needs to. However, I'm still trying to have those type of conversations with her because our oldest sister doesn't really have those type of conversations with us. And doesn't really know how to navigate us. And sometimes if she feels like you're too young, she's not going to have certain conversations with you, even though, you know, she used to do some things, which I feel like is kind of like hypocritical. However, I do experience those guilt as well, just being that. But I think I have tried to take one person out, and it becomes that case where it's like, okay, but you took my little sister's blessing, you took this one out, but you didn't come and get me, auntie. Like, why can't I go here? Why can't I do this? But I try to do things as a group, but I really try to do things individually so I can understand them more. And just kind of give them their own time. But it's a case where it's like they feel jealous as to why I'm going to one person and not the other. So I guess I'm still trying to figure out how to like make it known that obviously I love everybody equally. But, you know, some people just need more attention than the others.
And you're navigating through your own life. You know, Candy did touch on auntie guilt. Even though you're my niece, I didn't spend that much time with Ashley as I would like to. In those, like, when she was in elementary and middle school, it wasn't until when she got to, like, high school. She knew she could always call me and talk to me. But I think a big factor in that was my one sister have 6 kids. And I was everything to those 6 kids. But Ashley lived with her dad. So I didn't get to be there for those certain moments. And then you already know, like, with you being further away and then the relationship that your mom and I have, I wasn't able to be that auntie to you that I really wanted to be. So when you came over, I wanted to spend as much time as I did, and which is why I used to get angry when you didn't want to spend time with me. I really did. So it really is something because you do feel bad. You start to feel like, am I not a good person? Like, am I bad? Like, what can I do better? And you want to be there for everybody, but the reality is, you can't.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing when it comes to
one person.
You are just one person. That's the
right.
biggest thing of all with guilt.
Right.
Like having now guilty conscience towards the people that you love. And then it brings on
like resentment.
Not resentment, but it brings on like anxiety where you feel like you have to overcompensate.
Oh, yes.
Do you ever feel like you have to overcompensate when it comes to like your daughter, or because you have a lot of friends with kids too?
Yeah, I feel like with the auntie guilt, this year I feel like I'm doing a little bit better. I feel like with the financial aspect, I'm still not spending as much time as I would like to with my nieces and nephews. But I am the one, what they want. I was sending, you know, before I couldn't do that before. So I'm like trying to that's my way of trying to
Let me stop
eventually.
you there.
Like,
You are
fix it.
awesome.
You
You
really
really
are.
are.
Thank
Candy
you.
will make $1 out of 15 cents for the kids.
Yeah.
She is very particular on making people to feel special, even when she literally has nothing.
I
can
enjoy
attest
making
to that.
I
people
always
feel
hear
special.
I always hear when Priscilla says Candy went to go buy some for Halo, Jonette's daughter, or like your kids, and I was like, you know, and it's not even a special occasion. It's just more so of, oh, I'm in the
Just
store
because-
and I
just
see something that will be
because.
nice for them or on them and stuff like that. Actually makes me want to, you know, work harder so I'm able to do those things comfortably, right? And just not really think about it because it's not only about our children right now, but we do these things for our kids to be okay. Somebody else can cater to
yeah.
our kids and further on.
Yeah,
So
true,
that's a
too.
really good attribute.
And I wanted to ask you guys because you want Ashley is your niece, but when you said that you wanted to spend more time when Ashley was much younger, do you feel like y'all not being too far in age, because you're still growing up, you were still a little girl, and you know, Ashley growing up, did that kind of affect the dynamic of you trying to be an auntie? Because if you like 13, 14 years old, I don't know auntie duties. What I'm supposed to be doing?
Well, at 13, but at 13, I already had a good amount of nieces and nephews. Like Ashley would tell you, the house was filled with kids. Yeah. So I've been changing diapers.
She wild out for that. Cause
I've been changing diapers forever.
I love her.
It's not just her.
Yeah.
Who else got mad kids?
I mean, my brother has 5.
Oh, we're not talking about brother.
But Ashley was the oldest. But this is the thing. Ashley was the oldest in the household as far as grandchildren. So it was always the auntie. Like, she always used to call me mommy. Like, it's just recently she stopped calling me mommy. Ashley always understood that difference between us. Always. She's always been respectful. And it was like we were like twins ourselves because we're only like 3 years apart.
She didn't want to share baby dolls. When she get baby dolls, she didn't want to give it to me. But because I'm the niece, I would get it.
Let me tell you. Ashley is a Christmas-born baby.
Yeah.
This bitch 1 year had 43 gifts. 43 gifts. I counted. Ashley had 43 gifts.
Ashley was the first grandchild, right?
Yeah. Fuck all that. Ashley's birthday and it's Christmas. It's like they felt like they had to.
The people who be having birthdays at the holiday, change your birthday.
I would honestly,
one of the two, bitch, because you are going to get 2 in 1.
If I can, I would make myself either a summer baby or like November or October, give it a little bit of space.
You're not going to change that. My trauma is still there. The main thing that used to piss me off with Ashley is like, you have the world. You're my niece and we already give you everything. I used to get my one good gift. All I ever got was socks and sweaters. I know y'all understand out there. Their children need a gift.
African people.
And Ashley would just want my one good gift that I would have. That shit used to piss me off.
You know, that's like such a deeper meaning. If you had that type of, if that experience happened to you when you're older, it just shows that you can have literally the world, but you're not content with it because you want something else from somebody else.
I'm glad you're not still like that. Ashley is not like that at all. But she was definitely spoiled. And that made me know what Ashley needed wasn't anything that you could hold. I knew the best thing that I could give Ashley was just my knowledge, my sense of humor, and just being authentic with her. Mm-hmm. Because gift giving is also a sign of detachment. Like, oh, I'm going to just give them a gift and then they'll be content with that. So I knew that she needed something that was more than she could just pick up and put in her bag or something like that.
You said a sign of detachment. I would say yes and no, because a gift can be an olive branch. A gift can be a way of trying to get closer.
I'm speaking in reference to what her life was like. But I know your love language is gift giving.
I love to give gifts.
As soon as Kenny, your friend, I'm gonna...
What you want? What you want? Red bottoms? Got you. Period.
Oh, you said a 5-bedroom mansion?
Wait, let's not go far, because especially when it comes to the men, I'm ready to buy you a house tomorrow.
Everybody gonna be in the comments like, I'm ready.
No.
See, my love language is not gift giving, it's act of service and affirmation.
Act of service, gift giving.
But that's how I do it with my kids. As y'all know, I do not spoil my kids with a bunch of stuff. Mm-hmm. I naturally don't buy gifts.
I know. I have a habit of doing that.
And that's a way to love. And that's a way to love. But for me, I did not get that growing up.
That's the thing. I didn't get it. So that's why I want to give it to her.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing that I also looked into with mom guilt, that study shows that when you do not have, it's a trauma response. Mm-hmm. When you lacked as a child in your upbringing, you tend to overcompensate for your child in ways that you didn't get, but then you start to do it a little bit too much.
Makes sense.
And then it becomes unhealthy because now that child does not know the difference between real love and the things that you buy. Like for my kids, I'm more of the physical parent. Their dad was more of the financial. He came, he showed toys, he did those type of things. And to my son now, he feels as though if you really love me, you'll buy me the toy that I want. And that's something that I did not want for him to think that it was about. So now you give so much to where, and this is something I just realized, I set my expectation of being their mother so high to where I can't even reach it. To the point now when you do cause disappointment, you can't buy that gift that they want. You can't take them to that amusement park. They're now devastated. They're now saying, oh, my mommy doesn't love me because she didn't do this. So a lot of times you want to make sure that even though you're giving your child what you didn't have, you want to still also give them that teachings of appreciation. Give them the understanding like this is not like given to you. You're earning this. I'm doing this because I love you and I care about you, and I'm rewarding you for your good behavior.
And you know that can create that like mother guilt, you know, from the feedback that the children give. But being able to turn that around and figuring out the big picture of that teaching, I think is really good. Let me give you guys my little percentile. So according to research, motherhood, it says about 90 to 95% of mothers feel guilt between them and their children. And as we've explained already, it could be from not spending enough time and just maybe gift giving. And sometimes not even giving the gift of what the child may want, you know, because some children are like very emotionally inclined. And, you know, some of them don't really want, like, toys or something like that. You know, like, they know exactly it is what they want that can help develop them. I don't even know how kids work like that. But
you'll be surprised.
Yes.
These kids. They all old people that came back.
Honestly, especially these COVID
JJ
babies.
I'm telling you, like, the way... Like,
oh my gosh.
I really, really saw it in Desire when we just came from that bridal shower. Like, Desire was, grown, not
What?
grown in a bad
Yeah.
way, but she's enjoying
maturing.
herself. People was loving her. She was dancing, grandma and all.
But you know, kids
I was like, yo, this is my
watch
little
us.
sister for real. Like,
First
she
of
really
all,
my little sister.
Candy been saying that since she was a baby.
It's my little
but
sister.
kids watches you. They watch everything that you do.
She was definitely having a good old time.
You know, they do say, like, when you, as a woman, and you have your firstborn is a girl, most time is your best friend that you never really had. And that's probably what she is for you. And then for you and boys, I always hear for boys, it's more so like your first actual love. Like the
That's
people
what
that
I prayed
actually
for.
love for. Yeah.
That's truly what I prayed for.
All right. So as far as like loneliness goes, I kind of went down the line as far as like how people cope with just loneliness, because we talk about mother guilt, but you know, like you said, we all have our lives. In a way, we're still trying to live our lives while being figures in everybody's lives. And research just shows how people cope with different, like, you know, with loneliness. So we have I just got a couple that I'll just touch on. So we have like about 31% connect with like pets. They grow a very strong connection with them or attachment with them. We have about 38 that reach out to family and friends, which is really, really good. You know, depending on, I think it's good. However, just kind of make sure you know who exactly you're talking to.
Yeah, don't
just
call
so you're
the
able
messy
to get
auntie that's about to call everybody else or call
Yeah.
Africa to explain your business.
to explain yeah, that's very, very true. So 50% of them actually use television and podcasts. So if you're tuning in to us just because of the loneliness, we really appreciate it and let you know that you are not alone. We're definitely here for you.
We love you.
So we got 6% do volunteering work. I would say that's more so during like the summertime, you know, just like little camps, summer camps and stuff, like finding more meaning to their life during that separation or that downtime. Now we got about 13% that copes with drugs and alcohol, which is so surprising to me because seeing how our generation is now, I'm very surprised that number is low, in my personal opinion. For it to be 13%, but then it just comes to show that there's a lot of people on this earth. Like, for the number to be so small, that means there's a lot of people on this earth, honestly, who don't use those things, but I guess just through my thought. We got about 41% that does walking and exercising.
I'm not in the 41 right now. I want to be and I will be.
Yes.
But
honestly, I feel like people, it's one of those things where it's just like, you have to just start, literally. Like, go.
I feel like you mentally have to get yourself there first.
I know, but if you wait too long, because I did that for so long, I waited. I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. Gym never see me. But one day, I don't know what happened. It wasn't no heartbreak. It wasn't nothing. Just one day I woke up. I said, nah, we about to go get this membership. I literally went. I went on the Stairmaster. That's where I stayed until I could figure out, you know, what other exercises I can do. So it just kind of made my life easier. And then actually researching different supplements that we can take that can help encourage energy was just much easier to be able to go to the gym instead of just kind of burning off your own energy because you'll get tired and not really want to do anything. All right, so to basically wrap it up, we got 9% that goes to therapists and counselors, which we kind of already know that number will be low because a lot of foreign people don't really believe in therapists and counseling.
I don't like to go talk to the lady.
Yeah, but you should definitely go. I do think it helps. You know, we have a lot of people that are close to us that does go to therapists and counselors, and you can see that their growth when it comes to just like understanding their emotion and what they're actually going through and discovering traumas that they put way in the back of their mind, have been clearing up, so I think you should, if you really need it, or, just do it sometimes. So outside of that, I just got 52% report loneliness due to lack of substance in their relationships. So a lot of people have loneliness even in their relationships. And sometimes I think it's really because a lot of women, especially, like beautify relationships a lot just for the sake of boasting and title, not entitled, but the title of, just relationship. I think just for different reasons. And I know men do the same thing as well, I'm sure. But I do feel like a lot of people, because people don't really know themselves fully, right? And they go into those relationships, and I feel like we've all done that. They don't know themselves fully, and somebody is attractive to them, so they just try it and just see how it goes. But it's like the connection is really not there because morally you guys are not connected. Maybe spiritually you guys are not really connected. But then it's like, how do you even get out of that situation? Because you've groomed yourself to believe that you love this person, but then deep down it's really not. You're alone. You don't really feel fulfilled in this relationship.
And it's two things I want to touch based on what you said. When it comes to the therapy, see, I'm all for going to a therapist, talking to, someone to get like feedback and help you mentally. I love it. I want to do it, but I don't want nobody to prescribe me no motherfucking pills. I'm not crazy. That's my biggest fear. I'm not fucking crazy. Don't prescribe me no pills. Just listen to me fucking vent, bitch.
I can say this.
But I'm all for it. I'm trying to see if I can take that step, but I don't know no therapist that's going to try to prescribe me pills. Listen, I have a cousin that's a therapist. I have a best friend that's a therapist. Those are not people that I will go talk to because I feel like you're already biased. You're going to probably, it's going to come, the advice is going to come from a different, so I'd rather talk to somebody else. Then another thing you said when it comes to the relationship, I feel like nothing is worse than when you're in a relationship and you're single. That's the hardest thing, and I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
You have a partner, but you're by yourself.
Yeah.
You have a child, but you're by yourself. You're married, but you're by yourself. That's the worst feeling ever, especially to see that person every day and everything you do is by yourself. That's horrible.
Yeah.
And that, I know hands on, and my biggest mom guilt came from the moment I had my first son, and it was within those first few weeks when I looked at him and I said, I failed you. Because I did not do the proper steps in giving you a better parent.
Was that a thought or you verbally said that
No,
to
this
him?
is me thinking to myself, realizing that, because when you have a child with somebody, you just, I want to have a baby and dress the baby up and be cutesy.
Yeah.
And, he'll be a good dad, or, you
off of assumption.
You fall off of assumption and potential.
Right.
And then once that person starts to show you, because a man usually don't show you who they are until you have a child. Until you're pregnant with that child, he shows you how he really feels about you.
Right.
And then when you have the child. So I felt guilty, like I didn't take care of myself the way that I needed to give you a better home. And that was a really big thing it took years.
Wow.
I'm still struggling with that. So mom guilt doesn't go away overnight. It's just how you cope with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like mom guilt will never go away in a sense. But we got to also understand that this mom guilt thing is universal. Even the celebrities are having a hard time with mom guilt. We have tennis legend Serena Williams that said that she relies on the support from her family and her friends to help, and her sister to help her raise her child. And she said, it's totally normal. I feel like I'm doing enough for my baby. I just work a lot and I got a lot of trainings to do. So it's universal. Like her herself is trying to find time to spend that time with her daughter. And we talking about ours, but I know hers is probably like 10 times triple, because if she's not doing the game,
athlete.
she's doing a
campaign. She also has a makeup
or something.
line.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So I can only imagine. So just understand
Serena,
that.
what you thought about making up that makeup line? Where'd that come from, though?
You know they be having extra money and saying.
I didn't know Serena got a makeup line.
Yeah.
She wear makeup? I know her eyebrows is tattooed.
Oh, yeah, she does. You know, a lot of celebrities make like perfumes,
say this.
not really makeup.
Right. And you not even that. I don't understand how that clicks.
Yeah.
Even like, well, that's for another day.
It's either makeup or like skin, but I think it's makeup.
Serena Williams, I love her. I love her down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell she did to her face. I don't know if the face.
To touch on celebrities, in reference to social media, we have social media comparison, whereas you see, because you know we look to social media for an outlet, but what that does is it alters your mind,
right,
and giving you that perception that you are inadequate.
Yeah.
So that's some things that add to mom guilt. So when we see Serena Williams on TV and she's having a match and she's with her daughter and she's a wife and she's doing all of these things, that's the do-it-all method. And that makes you believe like, oh, if she does all that and I'm having a hard time with this, I'm a failure. I'm a bad mom.
Like you said, I know. She can barely even find time to spend with her child.
Right.
So
sometimes you have to remember that you don't know what people go through in their day-to-day lives, and you should never try to compare at all. Yeah. You should never compare.
I was gonna say.
I have another example of mom guilt. You have something?
No. I was agreeing.
Okay, another example of mom guilt. We're gonna wrap it up real fast. It's a different aspect. J-Lo said that her mom guilt comes from just people not giving her children a chance to get to know them, and because that she's a celebrity, they automatically judge them or come with a perception of them. So she feels bad about that, you know, when it comes to her children. That's her own of mom guilt, you know. I guess she's seen it plenty of times and she probably knows, especially her being a celebrity and him being a celebrity. I guess, like, you know, her children find a hard time to, like, navigate. And I feel like celebrity kids have a hard time to navigate because they got to live up to their parents.
And they don't know who's sincere or not. So you have to constantly live in fear.
All in all, I would say to be a better mom, to kind of simmer down the mom guilt, I'll try to spend more time with my baby, you know. Even if it's the simplest things, not all the time it has to be about money. Even with my nieces and nephews, I'm going to try my best to try to, like, you know, sit down, talk to them, have sentimental time. I'm going to try. I'm not no spotter. Well, I can spread myself, but I'm definitely going to try. But that's my take on it.
I would say with guilt, it's definitely a signal to show that you care. And once you have that feeling like you're not enough, it shows that you care. That just means that there's something that you should do about it and not exactly that you're doing something wrong. So the best things that we can say to do is practice self-compassion. Instead of you saying that I am a bad mom, you can say I'm doing the best that I can. Definitely trying to
actually do the best that you can.
Redirect, reframe, change the narrative of it. Don't have it leaving on a negative, but leaving it on a positive note. Because that will help with your emotional burnout. You can challenge your inner critic, because we are our biggest critic. Sometimes, this past weekend, somebody came up to me and she was just like giving me all these compliments, and she said I was a good mom. I don't even be posting about my kids, as y'all know. And it allowed me to see, like, you know what? I'm actually doing a really good job. I need to stop being as hard on myself. You can definitely accept that you are good enough, and then also get support. Have a foundation that you can rely on. Like you guys mentioned, don't call somebody who you know is going to blab your business. You want real, genuine help. Therapy, support groups, talking to other mommies can help, or talk to other people can help give you a clarity and insight on how to go about with that mom guilt, so that you can not be beating yourself up. Because that is a real lonely place to be.
Yeah.
Ashley, what would your take be on?
I would just say, honestly, it's same as what these ladies said. I will really just add on and just say, you know, obviously do the best that you can, show up how you can, and just limit the comparison, and try to get in a space where you don't have to need somebody else's approval for your doings. Like, learn that within yourself that you are doing enough, and you will always go the extra mile for, you know, your child and your whoever, nieces or nephew or stuff like that. So yeah, that would probably be it. So
I think this conversation was really good, especially from different aspects. Auntie guilt, mom guilt.
Yeah.
You guys tell us your guilt in the comment section, whether it's uncle,
Nothing too
auntie.
spicy, please.
I want all the spice. Yes. I don't give a fuck. Put it in the comments.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that post notification to get notified every time we post a video. So Gertie's group chat.
Signing out. Bye.